standing on the Rock Island Arsenal Bridge. Behind me is Rock Island, Illinois. This way is Davenport, Iowa. And both directions this way, and that is the Mississippi River. This is a great place to look at some of the impacts of the New Deal on the United States, on its landscapes, on its commerce and economy, and on the environment. So in the early 1930s, the federal government under the New Deal put together enormous public works projects which really transformed the landscape of the country. And to give an idea of the scale of some of those projects, this is a good place to look. This is Lock and Dam number 14, which is part of the Army Corps of Engineers 9-mile channel project. It was authorized in the Hoover administration in 1930, but once Roosevelt's administration came in and the New Deal and the Depression was in full swing, the federal government put much more resources here, accelerated the project, and transformed this project into a full-scale relief project for the entire region of the upper Mississippi Valley. The 9-foot channel project is a 23 dam and lock system between St. Louis and St. Paul, Minnesota. It's about 450 miles of the upper Mississippi River, and it turned a free-flowing Mississippi River into a series of slackwater pools, which made it possible for commerce to move up and down between St. Paul and the end of the Mississippi at New Orleans in a single cargo ship without unloading any place. That project employed tens of thousands of people, and it literally transformed the landscape of this place. Starting right here, before 1930, there was a rapids that stretched 13 miles in this direction. It was only navigable during some parts of the year, and since the 19th century, Army engineers and others had tried to improve the channel with dynamite, blasting out rocks at the bottom. But this project here, constructing a series of enormous dams across the Mississippi River, raised the water level here so that there is a 9-foot channel beneath us all the way 14 miles to the next dam, number 15, and then upstream we go. And so if you take a look at this here, this is just half of the Mississippi River. This is Rock Island. On the other side is the rest of the Mississippi. And up here you get a good idea of just how wide and big this river is. You might just think about the amount of concrete, the number of workers that were here, that were employed, unemployed workers who were brought in to construct this enormous system. The last thing I'll say about this process, of course, is that it had huge economic impacts on the upper Midwest. It was designed to employ workers initially, of course, and to relieve some of the unemployment problem that was enormous in the early 30s. But it was also designed to stimulate the economy of rural America and the rural Midwest, which was in crisis because of the farm crisis in this period. And in fact, farm trade moving up and down the Mississippi increased like 60 times in the 20 years after they finished this whole project in about 1939, 1940. The other impact, of course, was environmental, because it turned a free-flowing river into a series of slackwater pools in the entire upper Mississippi system, removing lots and lots of swampland, marshland, and places where Mississippi River fish and wildlife had lived and grown. But that was an exchange that the federal government and the people were willing to make at that time to transform this region for better agriculture, to stimulate the economy, and to relieve unemployment. So here we are, looking at one of the types of public works projects that were completed in the early New Deal period. Lock and Dam number 14, I believe, at Rock Island and Davenport on the Mississippi River.